I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. All right, Brondo, how we doing, big dog? We got a little bit of a different setting.
We'll tell them about it. You demanded a patio setting, so
I mean, as mentioned in the previous pod, we have somebody using our studio today. It's very chaotic in there, so we decided we would pod from home. I wanted to pod on the patio because you might hear my dog. He's loud, and Michan's working, so I thought this would be a fun little thing. I'm sitting by my little garden on my back little busted ass patio. You're on your nice little patio.
we should have done this in the same room with Michan so she can live listen to all of her colleagues can listen to how dumb this is.
I know she's mentioned it to some of her past coworkers, and like, wait, they like have a podcast, like, and they do hours. That's so cool. And it's like, yeah,
I don't understand. It is a thing that whenever I tell people that I do a podcast, they're like, how? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, literally, you could do it today if you wanted to. There's no barrier to entrance here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need like a computer.
Yeah. So how you doing, bro? How you doing? I love your patio. And also it's cool because like I know where you're at, but like I've said it before, your little, what would you call that? Like a courtyard that's kind of within your bungalow apartments is like so lush and full of trees and shit.
It's like it's the worst thing in the world because if I get a fucking DoorDash, I have to try to explain I live in like a castle. I'm like, it's like 2 steps beyond the biggest stone you'll see. It's like,
do you go out to the road ever and meet them just because it's easier?
I have to track them down in other apartments. Basically, I'm trying to find a package right now that they always deliver to the wrong apartments because our apartment doesn't face like the road in any way, but we're right next to a major road. We're like, if you can imagine, like that's a street and then there's a street down there, but I'm in the middle. So we're like on a big hill and then I'm on a bungalow. So they call it tree houses because everywhere you look, it's just trees. So that's why I like it so much. Cause if I look out any window in my house, it doesn't look like it looks like I'm in another place.
Yeah. I just had the best idea, Brondo. When we make it big, bro, let's buy out the entire apartment complex and connect them all via hamster tunnels. You know what I'm saying? Because some of those apartments are sick. Like I would legitimately love that.
What I'll do is I want there's a big one,
the one with the windows.
Technically apart. It's like a big old A-frame. I'll take that one, even though I'll take that one, and then mine and this one and the one below could all be connected very easily if you wanted to. Yeah, but they're also kind of separate at the same time, which is nice. Because mine has a top and
like
bottom.
Cookie cutter. Yeah.
So you could connect them really easily, but you could also just leave them all as like different things, and it feels close enough, but also private enough. And then you got like a shared courtyard area.
We come up on millions. I would legitimately consider it and just be like, then that's it. Because like, imagine if that little yard was all ours. You know what I mean? I'm assuming me, you, Abby, Michan, Gia, we all live in there together.
I think that first of all, I don't care. I've said this a million times. I don't. Money and time and all those prohibitive nature things. You could have 1 million kids or 1 million animals or I don't care. I like when there's stuff going on. I'd live in a frat house still if that was an option. Yeah. I never lived in a frat house to begin with, but when it's a bunch of guys who play music and girls and stuff, like it doesn't matter. I didn't know who lived in most of the places I lived in.
I always thought it was fun going in Cooper's. There was, like 15 fellows living in there at some points, and it was like, damn, it's like when when they go into a movie and every room is a different situation. It was just wild. Raw chicken out on the counter and shit, and nobody's cooking.
It was really gross in there. I think that we just run this all through the business and we turn it into a hype house. We put cameras everywhere. We make the podcast 24/7. Then people could really understand how boring it really is.
Oh man, you know them? Yeah, fucking dumbasses. Hey, what package you got coming?
There's a full garden. What do you mean?
What do you got? Anything special coming? Because I was going to shout out what I got coming in the mail today.
I just got 2 new pairs of Converse.
Ooh, the Japan ones are just straight up.
Just Chuck 70s, baby.
Yeah.
Off-white and black. Just re-upped. Get rid of the other ones.
Chris had those really cool ones.
No, I don't need that. I just need the regular. So I had those come. I don't remember the last time I came home and there wasn't a package on my porch, so I'm sure inevitably there's something coming. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Especially between you and Abby.
Yeah, I'm trying to we're getting this thing that like we have a main door and it's like it's all glass, which is cool,
Hmm.
but like it's not very private, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I got like a thing so we can make it like fluted glass and then
Hmm.
it'll be like private but let in light. So we got
Yeah,
that coming at some point today and I got to figure out how to put that in, but
dope. I have a Michelle ordered a Kinto pot, like a hanging pot to put plants in. Shout out
uh
Maximilian, our boy, over at Kinto. It's sick, dude. It's like this little, it's like a half dome, a half circle that hangs with like this industrial metal wire. And I already have a plant I'm gonna put in it, so I'll take a photo and drop it
oh,
to the
it's
Discord.
four
But
plants?
it's for plants, yeah. It's like
Oh, I thought it
it's
was
like a
like a
little
tower.
plastic thing. It's really cool. So
Do
got
they
that
listen to
coming,
the
yeah.
pod? Does the Kento family listen to the pod?
I don't know if
We
they
don't know.
do. I don't know if they do, but
We get them on the
it was
pod.
fun when they came through. We got to re up on some Kinto gear anyway. Maybe we do that for holiday.
Yeah, we'll get them. We'll get them involved.
Yeah.
What's going on with you besides that? You got your little greenhouse there, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, I got my little garden. I'll do a little. I can show you guys a little bit later on. But working from home, what's tough, Timbo, is when I come into the stew, it's clearly work mode. I'm not necessarily. I'm just
I'm
working,
not a
right? But
I'm not a guy who has a work mode at home. So I mean, I'm
what do you
always
mean?
doing stuff.
Yeah,
Like I've said a million times, I have most of my actual work done before I've arrived at work because
yeah,
I'm up early. I've already done the gym. I've already done like a full day, and I've already answered my
yeah,
emails. I've already done the
yeah,
handful of the money things I got to do, shit like that. So I'm basically like done, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Totally.
but at the same time, like normally I like that, like then I'm there and everybody's there, and then we talk to everybody and we do that whole thing, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But dude, the thing is when I'm home, it's we talk about this at the stew. It's like at the stew, I'm working and I can just do a reset. I have like my shit here. You know what I mean? It's like I had laundry that I didn't put away. And then like I was
Hmm.
sitting in my office doing some work and it's like, oh, I got all my shit from, a cup that had beer in it from the night before. And it's like it's hard for me to like dial in and not get distracted. And so I had to do like a little clean, a little reset, and now I'm good now. You know what I mean? But like even down to like
I need two different places. I don't care what anyone says. If you're a work from homer, that's fucking great, man. But I need places. I like
I
to
kind of
go
like it.
places.
I kind
Yeah.
of like it. Listen. I
Hmm.
like the idea of never leaving my house, but I do like that the studio is also it's my second home. You know what I mean? I'm very comfortable
Hmm.
there. I've got just as much of my own shit there as I do here. So anyway, we're back in it. I did a little clean. I'm feeling good. Um,
Hmm.
That's fun. I woke up and just hopped on, answered some emails. We had some emails from our folks over in Japan, and yeah, now working.
Yeah. Well, the boys will be back in Japan. What are we dealing with? 2 weeks?
Yeah, dude, it's not this Thursday or the next. It's the following.
Okay.
So 2 weeks and some
It's a little bit.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'm stoked. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Let's talk about it. What are we going to talk about?
So we're going to meet with a couple brands. Let's start why we're going. We're going for Capital. Capital dictates we got to come there to do the buys. Um, so we're going for the third time in a year, my boy. Uh, First off, how are you feeling about the travel? Because I will
Listen,
say
man,
it's a lot.
I don't even care about the travel. I'm just like legitimately so nervous to get sick again because I feel like I've been
Yeah,
recovering since the last time I've been there.
kind of threw you
It's
off.
like absolutely the most sick I think I've ever been.
Yeah,
Um, I don't, I like am very anxious it'll happen again, although I don't even know what caused it in the first place. So I don't know why I feel that way, you know?
yeah, yeah,
So it's a little like, I think like everyone I'm sure listening is like these fuckers because, I'd love to go to Japan. But when you have to go like a lot, it does like, it's like a big trip. You know what I mean? It's not
yeah. Oh, it's
necessarily,
a lot.
we're not jumping on the fucking PJ and on it for 3 hours. It's like, it's a Delta flight. It's
We're flying to fucking
12, it's
Minneapolis again.
14 hours. Yeah, we have to go to, I hate having
God
to go
damn
out of my
it.
way to go the other way. It's just
Yeah,
like, it's just a lot of travel, dude. It's a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
travel.
So it'll be a lot of fun, but
But I'm excited.
I'm excited, but I am a little nervous about the actual travel itself. Um, I found the old neck pillows from when we were coming home, so we're set there. I'm not going to start packing, but I am going to make myself a couple little ripstop, DOP kits, little little sacks, to store shit
Mm-hmm.
nice and neat and clean. I think I'm gonna pack light this time, and we're gonna check a bag. Because
Well,
we have,
I'm packing light. I do this every
um,
time. Too many outfits, don't need them.
yeah,
I'm
nope,
gonna pack in
nope.
like two.
I'm gonna bring three pair of pants, three jackets, both my Visvim hoodies, and a bunch of tees and boxers, and that's about it, dude. I'm not gonna really fuck around.
Yeah, I don't need to. They all dress better than us anyway, so
Yeah,
who
listen,
cares? Who am
what's
I
the point?
competing with? You know?
So we're going to see Capitol. We're going to do the Capitol buy in Tokyo again, and then we were fortunate enough to be invited to the anniversary dinner. So they're hosting like a big
Mm-hmm.
dinner for the vendors and for, I would assume, Capitol staff. It's probably going to be, you know, the like anxious, socially nervous person in me is like very anxious about it because it's going to be a lot of people that are like cool and in the industry, and I want to make sure that like we appear cool and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Here's the deal: we don't speak Japanese really at all, so I have a funny feeling as far as social goes. I wouldn't worry about that. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be a
yeah,
lot
that's
of us
true.
standing in places going, "Pardon me, pardon me." Oh, excuse me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So I wouldn't
Hiding my
worry about it too
tattoos.
much.
Yeah, yeah. But it's gonna be dope. So we got that. We got a little dinner. We're gonna meet up with Harold, hopefully. We've got a couple other meetings that we're looking to set up. And then we'll just kind of kick around and see what we can get into. There's some stores we want to go to. Want to go to Nerd's Record Store.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a record store I found on Instagram that is in Japan, and they like basically only do like hardcore and pop punk. So
Like title fight, big title
yeah,
fight, and
they got like a bunch of
adjacent.
like vintage stuff that I want to check out, like merch and all this. So I want to check
Yeah,
that out. They
yeah.
seem
Let's
like
go.
my people.
Yeah, yeah. We have some guests coming with us.
Yeah, we're gonna take partners this time. So you're gonna take your, what do they call that? Long
Better
term
half.
life partner, LTLMR or whatever. And
No, I don't say that.
I like it. Well, I wish I knew the acronym for it though. And my wife and kid are gonna come, so it'll be we got a little bit more of a crew with us, a wild bunch.
I'm excited to see Gia just in transit. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a wild ride the whole way. So
But someone should give us some more ideas for content that you want. We'll still do the pod like we always do. Everyone's
yep.
favorite weird episodes. Um, and what else should we do though? Like, is there other things that they want us to do? Because we have like someone who can actually like take video or help us do some of that kind of thing. So
Yeah, because listen, you and I are not really those people. We do it. We get in front of the camera for work because it's for work. But like, I'm not necessarily like
we're not good at being
keen to
proactive about
film
it.
myself doing everything I do. It's just like the opposite
We
of
need help.
yeah, yeah. So that'll be fun. What else, bro? Let's do a little shop update. Yesterday we got an Orslo restock. It's regular fit fatigues in green and black. It's 105s in 2-year and black denim stone, loose fit coverall in black with that black corduroy collar, and a couple new items. Restocked a bunch of lightning mags, which that's been a long time coming. What was the deal? Just couldn't get back into it for a little
Well,
bit.
I'm not sure I understand it. So if I speak to this, I could be completely wrong. So if somebody knows and then wants to go, he's wrong, then great. Um, Basically, when I purchased those books for years, going on 14-year relationship
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
company, and they were not easy to get initially because they weren't set up for that type of thing. In fact, like a lot of the magazines and stuff we set up it's like more or less handshake deals, and then they ship it in like paper, and then we just hope we get it over the course of 6 months. So none of
Like
them are really
legitimately, yeah.
set up to do anything. Um,
Can you
so
hear that
we,
bird, Tim? Is that bird driving you crazy?
I don't hear it. I think people are just gonna have to be okay with nature sounds. It's like an ambient record.
Yeah, that's true.
This is an ambient pod.
Yeah.
Um, I think. What was I saying?
The magazines
So
have been in transit for a long, long time.
yeah, and they were one that I dealt with, and they had kind of a way to do it, but it wasn't really super set up. And then they actually basically shut down. I thought that we were just kind of done with them, to be honest with you. because they weren't making anything. They were being really ambiguous on like timelines or if things would restock, and they were having all these issues. At one point, I was basically just like, "Listen, we'll run it up. Like, tell me what numbers that you need to meet, and I'll just meet those to try to keep you alive." Anyway, they ultimately, I think, are working with a new company or something. I'm not sure if it's a different ownership or what the deal is, but it's through a new thing now. But it took a little while, so we're back in business now. But yeah, so I don't know if all those details are correct, but I believe that's what they went through, some sort of change up, and now they're delivering a little bit more regularly going forward.
Yep. So that's got a bunch of those, some new ones too that we hadn't had previously. So the restocks are live at time of this releasing, and new ones will be at a later date soon. Like I said, we're kind of out of the stew right now. Moving on, we got some Wyve landed. What was it? 3 boxes?
Yeah, I think I know it's flannels. I know it is Oxfords. I think there's socks
Moleskin,
and
pearl
some
snaps,
hats maybe
socks,
in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Then we had a couple other
we'll
things
have
that are probably
that
going to come at a later date. Yep. Let's see what else was in the outline. See, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm all off my grind right now because we don't usually do this. Usually we're in the room together. It's throwing me off.
Has it got you all screwed up? Let's see what you missed.
I'm all crossed
yeah,
off.
you've missed a lot of things here.
Well, so we did shop talk or still restock. Oh, hey, I wanted to talk about this too.
Okay.
When we went to Kyoto, remember you bought that Beams polyester polo? It's like poly, just full poly.
Yeah.
The black one that you gave me. So I wanted to talk to you about laundering garments because I know that you had laundered it. And I was like, here's the thing. It says not to wash. I looked at the universal care labels. I threw it in the washer the other day. It came out fine, dude. How closely do you follow care labels? Because I know we have a buddy that follows them to a T. I've never once looked. This is one of the very few times I've ever looked, if ever. And I laundered it and it came out perfect. So what's the deal?
Listen, I think that you should look at it and understand what it means so that you can, like, if it says like, don't use heat on it, I'm like, okay, well that probably means it has some shrink element to it or something. You know what I mean? So I'll be careful with it in that way. For the most part, I don't really not wash stuff or anything. There's an occasional jacket or two that's like Lee, that's like really nice fabric that is like obviously not meant, you got to be careful with it. So I'll dry clean something like that. But I'll do that like once, when the season's up, or, I'll usually take it at the end of the season, January, February, March, somewhere in there, take it over, have it dry cleaned, and then hang it up, and like that one's done for the season. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll restart up. But that's like, maybe 3 jackets of mine that I have. Everything else, I pretty much just wash, man. Like I make like specialty days out of it. You know what I'm saying? So like I do all my denim on the same day. All my pants really, actually, I'll do all those at the same time. Those all go in. I use them all on cold. I use a different type of like detergent for those, kind of like a super mild. I turn them all inside out. I do the whole bit, to try to take care of them. But I just put them in there. And then normally I then will take them all out. And on this long thing back here, I hang them all up.
Yep.
And then usually the next day I will take them out and I will take some laundry balls, put a little essential oil or whatever on them, throw that into the dryer, and then just let them like tumble, no heat or anything for like 20 minutes just to refresh them and get the wrinkles out and stuff like that. And then that's it. I put them away, and so that's a day. And then I do all my t-shirts on the same day, and I make a pile to bleach, a pile to not bleach, what I mean, to do like on darks, and I just do it slow. And then I usually, like, if it's a new garment that I'm not too sure of, I don't know, man, like, I guess if your big concern is that something's going to shrink, it's not going to shrink that much. So if there's a concern that like something fits absolutely perfect and I don't want it to change, then just hand wash it and air dry. You know what I mean? Like that's just, then if you're that concerned, but in most cases, I don't really buy anything that is so specifically tailored to me that if it changed by half an inch or something, that's going to really affect much of anything. And honestly, in a lot of cases, at least with like cotton and stuff, even if it does shrink up a little bit, just get it wet again and then give it a little yank and it's back to normal. So I don't know. I think that most stuff, at least the stuff that I buy, is very forgiving. Obviously, if you're like dealing with cashmeres, finer, super fine material,
100%
silks.
wool stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to be really careful with that shit and just have it dry cleaned or take it to a specialty location. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't like fuss with it that much, dude. I don't care. You
Yeah,
know what
no,
I mean?
I'm with you. I'm with you. I had
I'd
that
rather things
polo.
be clean than not. So,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I remember I had like I felt like I needed to wash it for one reason or another. Wore it a couple times. I must have got something on it. You know what I mean? And I had it just sitting in my office on my little drafting table, like hemming and hawing over. Am I going to wash it? Because I'm not going to a dry clean. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to drive there. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to have to go back and pick it up. I'm not going to do it. So I was like, fuck it. I'm throwing it in the wash. I put it on just a quick cycle, cold, a little bit of detergent. Came out fucking perfect. And also on that note of stretching it, it's had quite a bit of stretch to it. So I laid it out on the table last night and kind of like pulled it,
yeah.
nice and put it down. And honestly, I think it probably is going to fit even better now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I feel that way
yeah.
with a lot of stuff that it's better because it's like in a lot of cases it's like a little bit more softened too if you like do a lot of that stuff and then it hangs better on you. It doesn't feel like it's always just
a little
like
bit more.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really follow them or look at them at all, quite frankly, unless it's unless it's a material that I know I need to be aware of.
I do look at the material. It's like that Viz unwashed jacket that I just got, that type 2. It was so rigid, dude, and I love how big it is, but because that it kept its shape like wood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had to soak it. So I soaked it, and now it is breaking in like a one wash almost, just a little more rigid than one wash still. But so
yeah, you're gonna need to just put more like general wear because that hasn't been like when you say one wash, it hasn't been like tumbled a ton and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes with things too, if I'm nervous
but
about them, I'll go reverse. I'll start tumbling them in warm on the dryer just to see if it sort of loosens them up a little bit. And then if
that
I feel like it's
shrink it at all, right? If there's no moisture, it won't shrink it.
No moisture, yeah.
Yeah, you'd think.
I just do it to try to soften things up a little bit. I want things to feel pretty worn in when I wear them, so I don't want things that feel like they're on me.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah. All my stuff is so worn, and I'm so hard on it. So I do hate when a garment is brand new. But
one thing that you wrote down here that I am interested in going back to the Japan trip is you wrote down travel hacks. What are your travel hacks?
Well, I was gonna see if you had any.
Oh, you want me to have some?
Well, I don't have any real travel hacks. I think the key is like I'm just gonna sleep as much as possible as I always do.
Here's the thing. I just don't worry about it. That's what I do. It doesn't matter. You're going to be effed up no matter what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who cares? Yeah. I know that because I've tried the thing and it did, to be honest, it didn't work. It just was like really difficult to figure out. And I've heard just try to like fast, try to not eat very much if you can avoid it because that helps reset you. And drink a ton of water. Outside of that, dude,
I purposely don't drink water so I don't have to get up to pee.
Well, that's you're on your own journey.
No, but I agree. Because dude, after flying, especially like how your insides are usually like all tight and balled up. You know what I mean? I don't think it's good to go up and then come back down, and then you're in a new place, maybe at a different elevation, and your circadian rhythm's all fucked up because you woke up. We're gonna leave. Our flight's 5 a.m. out of Denver.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
So we'll get up early in the morning and it'll probably be a solid 14, 15, 16 hours before in our hotel, but we will get there and then it'll be evening time. But I'll tell you what, buddy, I'm with you and maybe not trying to eat too much, but if they got that butter chicken offered again, pal, then we're in
butter
business.
Chicken at 10, lunchtime butter chicken. It's just one of those things where I don't think there is any, like, I'm sure that somebody's like claims they've mastered it. I don't think there's any like mastering. I think you just gotta like let it rock, man. I just do whatever my body feels like doing, and then I don't worry about it. And I feel like that helps a ton to just not worry about it.
I will say, here's the thing: that first time, me, I'm pretty cheap, and I like a free thing. And you told me drinks are free, and I said drinks are free, dog, like free. And so the person ahead of us had ordered like a whiskey and Coke, and then you did too. I was like, yeah, fuck you, I'll have one of those, right? Down that with my meal, and then at the end of the meal they ask you if you want another drink, and somebody had said, hey, I'll have one of those Orions, I think, like the Korean or Japanese beer, whatever it was a Korean beer. And I was like, yeah, I'd love one of those. And then I'm such a lightweight that I finished that, and within 3 hours into the flight, I'm fucking hungover, feeling
Yeah.
like dog shit. So I learned my lesson. Might have a drink, but certainly not two, and probably not either of them. So I will say that's a tip. Unless you're a person that can just like drink, But I'm
I'm
not.
not that guy anymore, so I can't do it. Maybe I'll have a glass of white wine now and then, but that would be about as crazy as that goes. Maybe I'll ask him for a water wine.
Yeah, yeah. Say,
Just
I just
water
want I
that
just
shit
want a
down.
little bit, and then give me some
A
water.
little
Yeah,
splash, all the rest can be spring water. If you got ice, that would be amazing.
because at that point, dude, it's an NA cocktail. It's just a sip on. You know what I mean? It's just a sip on.
Yeah, it's fine. It's goofing around. Okay,
I
here,
will
let's
say,
get into. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I picked up some Bud Light, and I've been liking having that around the house because nothing drinks like a Bud Light, dude. That might be my new favorite beer.
Oh my god,
Not my new
what are you
favorite,
doing?
but
What
it
do
is
you
my
do? Did you
favorite.
get
Yeah.
sponsored by them and didn't tell me?
No, I feel like Bud Light is
Nothing
like
drinks like a
definitely like
Bud
a
Light.
it's a Cleveland area beer. I feel like out
I
here
feel like
people
you've.
drink Coors and Banquet, but I feel like Cleveland we drink Bud Light
I think you've been
or
watching
Miller.
too much football. You've been seeing the commercials, and you know that that's probably the tagline. You didn't even know it.
Nothing drinks like a Bud Light.
I can tell
I'm
you
gonna have a
this
Bud
much.
Light at 5.
I've been watching. Not no. I'm going to walk that back. I've been walking past a TV that's constantly playing football because the
Yeah,
worst thing you've ever done to me is get Abby involved in this fantasy football thing. I should
she's
have fired
crushing
you
us.
for that. Um, and now it's always on, and I don't like it. And but I will say the announcers of football or anyone on ESPN, this is the worst dressed group of people on television,
Yeah,
hands down, especially the commentators.
it's just those tight ass suits. You know what I mean? Tight
They're
ass
all
suits,
dressed like it's
structured
Easter.
shoulders. Yeah, like they're going
They're
to
all
Easter
dressed like it's
service.
Easter. Yeah, and they look like garbage. All of it's from Suit Supply. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
all of it
yeah,
is
yeah,
catered via Suit Supply. It's like the big like knots on the ties. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But
yeah,
then sometimes it'll also be like a 48-year-old guy in like pearls, and you're like, no, 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 we stopped doing that. Like you didn't get the
yeah.
memo. Like H&M
We're
didn't
not
get the
doing the pearl.
memo, and you still copped up. It's just their outfits are so. It's the biggest watches you've ever seen in your life. Like just a watch that a transformer would wear. You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah. For the show
it's
of it, you know what I
ridiculous.
mean? Not because like they're watch aficionados, so that they can flash it and you know that it's
I don't even know what
whatever
brand
watch,
they
man. I
are.
don't know.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah. Yeah, they dress like garbage. I see them in the gym sometimes when they got ESPN on, and there's those two guys, and they're always like making weird faces and saying things to get people riled up. Those two, I don't know what their names are. Someone can post this somewhere. I'm sure they'll know who I'm talking about. Worst dressed people on planet Earth, no question.
we'll see if we can get them on the pod. Maybe you're thinking Shannon Sharp or I don't know. We'll see.
You know I
But
don't know, so you can do this all you want.
yeah,
Okay, here
yeah,
I'm gonna share my screen so that we can look at some Emmys looks. Did you watch?
yes, hell yeah, we did. I did not watch them live. Shannon and I watched it last night. The recorded version on Hulu. And here,
Yeah.
let me say something, dude. I usually
Okay.
think award shows suck. But the Emmys are something that I can now fully get down with because of how much TV I watch. I don't care about the Oscar. Wait, I don't care about the Grammys because I think normie music sucks,
No one
and I
cares
think
about the
it's
Grammys. I don't
it's
even know
all
like when they're announcing the winners. I'm like, who are these people? I've never even
who are you?
seen them before.
Yeah, yeah. So I do not care about the Grammys, the Oscars. I'm not much of a movie guy, but I will watch because you do know those people. But the Emmys, I watch a lot of these shows, man. And before we even start, I want to say The Bear is the best show, and I love how much shit they got, dude.
A show you formally were telling everyone like, I'll never watch it. I'm not gonna watch.
Strong opinions loosely held. I don't care. I'll have my mind changed on anything.
What else did you see any other things that won that you felt like this was a great win?
I want to watch Shogun. That
No, I
got a
never
lot of
watched it.
love,
You
and
know, I don't like. You and I are both the same way. Like, I don't like things about times.
a period piece.
I don't. Yeah, it's very rare that I'll do it.
Yeah, I do. I do for some, but here's the thing. I We started Only Murders in the Building last night, and I'm the type of person that thinks that like a show has to be XYZ for me to watch it and to enjoy it.
Mhm.
And for whatever reason, I felt like it wasn't. what I wanted to watch. I fucking love it. We're like an episode and a half in, then I fell asleep. I'm
This is the
excited to
thing,
watch
dude.
3 hours of it tonight.
You'll go on this binge of like telling everyone like I don't like normie shit, I don't like normie shit,
Yeah,
and then you'll be
yeah,
like, I really love Gilmore Girls and Only Murders in the Building, like stuff that like grandmas watch.
yeah.
Here's
I'm
the
loving
thing,
it.
Martin Short is a perfect genius, and it might be our best living comedian, so I support it for that reason. Steve Martin in his time is the best. I don't really need old rich art collecting Steve Martin, but he is a
Is that
good
what he does now?
yeah, he's a good straight man for Martin Short, and I love Martin Short. Have you watched the Jiminy Glick, the more recent ones? The one where he does
No.
Bill Hader? I was like crying, dude.
So last night I pulled it up. I said, Martin Short, why do I know that? And I said, that's it. And I pulled up the clip when he's interviewing Jack Black, and he does this. He like puts it away from him and hands it to him and gets up from the chair to like look
to get
at
it away from him because he can't see it. So funny.
I was
Dude.
I was fucking dying over that. But no, I saw that when I was typing in Jiminy Glick, I saw Bill Hader was one of them. And I was like, oh shit, I do want to circle back to that one. Is it good?
Yeah, it's so fucking funny. I'm gonna send. I just rewatched it a couple nights ago. I'm gonna send it to you right now, so I don't forget.
Okay, cool. So we don't forget.
It's so good.
Yeah,
so good. Yeah. So he's the best. So I'm there for you. I'm not a Selena Gomez guy. So
I don't have an opinion.
I like this type of thing. Yeah, I'm a big Ariana guy, things like this, but she does not. I don't like her vibe.
Did you watch Ariana Grande on Hot Ones? Because Michelle made me watch a couple.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Is that girl okay? Because she didn't respond to the hottest thing. She like basically made like a quick comment like, "Oh God, that caught me off guard," and then basically just kept talking. She didn't sweat. Her face didn't get red.
She doesn't do that, dude. She's a professional. She can't be shaken. She's been doing this since she was a child.
Is something wrong with her though? Like she didn't even like.
Everything's wrong with her. Everything's wrong with all these. Anybody who's been famous since they're a kid is
for that long.
It's too much, dude. It's too much. Can you imagine? You just become a different type of person that we don't know.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. This podcast is even a little more than I want for my personal life, but I do it because it's fun for the pod. But like, I'm not looking to have eyes on me. That's not really my thing. You know what I mean? So I couldn't imagine being famous from fucking 14 or whatever to now, and then being, because you're.
She's also like we're not. First of all, we're not even. I think everyone understands we're not even remotely famous. But there's times when we get recognized. There are people know us from the pod, but it is in such a niche community that I'm perfectly comfortable here because
it's never gonna.
I don't care. If I was like, if you're trying to like have mainstream success where you have to like appeal to everyone, you can't be flappable during that.
Yeah,
she's not touchable. You could probably shot her in the leg. She would keep going. She's like Werner Herzog. I trust her. She's a rock star. He got shot during an interview one time and then kept doing the interview. And it was like they were outside. It was like a hunter did it or something. It's good. You've never seen this?
You showed me this clip. I think you showed it to me years ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch after this as well. Hey, real quick, since we're on the topic of YouTube too, my boy Jaunty, he goes, "Hey, I think I've got something that might interest you," and he sent me a link to a YouTube video, and it's a kid holding like a Miller High Life or something, and it's just one of these like YouTube has evolved to a thing where people will film themselves doing like nothing.
Thank you.
You got that package?
Yeah, I told you.
Hell yeah. People will film themselves doing anything. You know what I mean? And what it is it's a 45-minute video, and the title is more or less day drinking and smoking cigs in the park. And I think the kid just sits on a chair. I'm going to put it on after this while I'm doing my work for the day. So I'm going to put it on the iPad next to me. But I will also report back on that because
he just does a pack on it.
Just like I did. Talk about that.
I don't know if anyone's seen this video. I don't know what level of viral it is. It's just a thing I saw it immediately and it's just it's like a guy talking. It's like some hit guy. He's got all of this stuff splayed out on a stove. If you want to know like the type of guy he is, it's
like some Bud Light and some Bud Heavy, a couple packs of cigs.
It's got a mix. Yeah, it's like a couple packs of cigs. And he's like, if you ever working through something, I just do a pack on it. He's like, I go outside, I go onto my patio, I smoke a whole pack. Takes me an hour and a half. I don't like it. And he goes,
clear it. Takes an hour and a half. Pain in the ass. but I
Yeah.
clear it. I got something on my mind. I go out, I do a
Clear it.
pack on it, and then I'm done. I don't worry about it anymore. I just do a pack on it, man. Do a pack on it. The dude's talking about
That's what
going
I want
out,
on my gravestone
chain
now.
smoking a pack of cigarettes. And then when you're done, you cannot dwell
Clear
on
it.
it any further. You've worked through it in your head and you're done and you move on. And when I saw that, dude, that is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Do a pack on it. And he's saying it as if you know. It's as if you know, like it's a thing. You know what I mean? Do a
You know
pack
what I
on
think
it,
we
man.
need? And I don't know how to do it because I don't know how to use Discord outside of making comments, even when you guys like blackouts. I don't know what you're doing, and I don't want to learn.
Yeah,
But
yeah. You're not
but
gonna.
I think we need like a channel on there for just dropping in this kind of stuff so we don't forget. Because I'm gonna forget
Yeah.
everything we
You know
said
what?
as
I'll
we
make it
talk
today.
about.
I'll make it
We need to
today.
make a list as we go, and then we gotta put the Jiminy Glick thing in there. We gotta put the do a pack on it thing. All this useless media that will escape me after.
Yeah. I mean, it might. I was gonna say things to come back on, but useless media might be a more eloquent. It's
Yeah.
just because the thing is like, for instance, the kid chain smoking cigs and day drinking in the park, and I'm pretty sure it was snowing. If I remember correctly, the you know the cover of the video is like it's snowing. So it's like I'm just interested in what this kid's gonna monologue about. You know what I mean? And like,
Just in my endless pursuit of now being so interested in like ambient works, like this feels like I was thinking in my head, I was like, do people do this like for video? Does anyone just do like ambient video? And because I think it would be cool to like a thing to work on, because I would love to watch, just like, I don't know about an hour, but I'd like to watch 25 minutes of somebody just sitting and just living.
it might be as simple as like it could be cool. Like for instance, we got to do some yard work this weekend, setting up the camera and just filming yourself doing yard work for 45 minutes. Maybe you have AirPods
Hmm.
connected to talk, but maybe you don't. You know what I mean? Maybe you just
Oh, I don't need that. I just want nature sounds and
yeah, yeah,
watch
yeah.
it.
Hey, have you? We'll get to the
I think
thing we
what
were
we're
going to talk about. I
describing is
forget,
a
but
ring camera.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
In which case,
Um,
because of what is that thing? Scariest things from around the internet or whatever the hell. I've
yeah,
seen
yeah, 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 yeah.
countless
Nexpo,
hours of ring video camp footage. So
dude. Let's try to get Nexpo on. We've talked about it. Maybe we get that boy on.
I don't know what we're gonna ask him. Too scared.
Too scared. But what were we saying here? Before we get into it, because whatever we're going to talk about, let's do a little catch up. Did you do anything this weekend? Because there's something I want to talk about.
Not really, man. Not really. Ran some errands and cleaned up and hung out. Not too much. I knew I had like a bunch of stuff I have to do this weekend and shit, and so I just wasn't really feeling that. We cooked a lot,
Yeah.
like pre-cooked things. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
some.
What are you
But
guys doing this weekend? You think you're going to come hang out Sunday?
I'm not doing any extra football shit. So
You don't want to come jump on the trampoline?
no, I don't. I want to be in my house where it doesn't sound like football.
I think what we're going to do is me and Coop and Rye are going to go to a local high school football field and see how far we can kick field goals.
Okay.
So
What's wrong with you guys?
I think I can kick a 35-40 yarder for sure.
I don't even know how far that is. I couldn't even give you an idea.
I think NFL record is 66
What is that? Is that a mile?
yards. No. A mile.
I don't know.
Yards would be. I think it's from the 55. Either way. So okay. What you got going on this weekend?
Dinners and stuff. You got one of those dinners. I got like a secondary dinner. I got to do another dinner after that. I think I can't. This is too many dinners.
We gotta lock it down, man, because we got too much shit to figure out right now. We gotta lock the dinner down.
I hate dinners. I want to do a lunch, a tight lunch. Both of us have appointments in an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
lunches.
Yeah. We could cater breakfast.
I'd love that. If we can get it done. I don't know. I like the morning. I'm telling you, lunch is the best one.
Yeah.
Clear it.
No, I'm with you because typically you got shit to do and then it's easy out.
Yeah.
Hey, so this last weekend, we've been talking about doing the Hot Ones challenge, and I still want to. I think I've been.
You're doing it now, no matter what. I'm gonna buy it today.
Okay, I'll send you the link. I was looking at
bit by a wasp.
I'll send you the link to it. But then I've been doing some prep work. Me and Discord fella that we went to this brewery in Longmont that does like a hot ass chicken sandwich. And I think I talked about it last time how I had level one, and it was it was as if it wasn't spiced. Like it was so mild. You know what I mean? And I wanted to chase the dragon. I wanted to have a religious experience. I like that when you get panicking a little bit. So then we come back this weekend. The beer's really good too, which I don't think you really give a fuck about IPAs and this and that. But like, I maybe it's because there's no weed now, and I need a new thing to like think about and to, you know what I mean? Like I like having a flavored beer now. I really have been enjoying a couple IPAs. Actually, customer shout out. I won't say his name, but shout out the fella that gave me that 6-pack of Tall Boys. Just finally worked through them 3 weeks later. But some of those beers were like really fucking good, man. And it's just a nice little treat. You know what I mean? I'm not drinking 3 of them. I'm drinking half of them. Me and Michelle are splitting one at the end of the day, and it's fun. But so I went to this brewery, really good beer. And I wanted to try the chicken sandwich again. So I go in, and there's 4 levels, right? I had the first level last weekend or 2 weekends ago. And this last weekend I come back and I go to order level 3. And the lady's like, have you been here before? And I said, yeah, I had level 1, last weekend, and it had nothing to it. So I'm going to go with level 3 this time. And she goes, well, just so you know, the jump between 1 and 2 is pretty big. And I said, all right, cool. Let's play it safe. I'll go with level 2. Brondo, it was probably the hottest thing I've ever had. Barring like,
what was the Scoville?
Are you being facetious?
You don't know.
No, but it had the Scoville on the menu, so it did have. But I'm not sure.
You could tell me it was anything because all the numbers. It's kind of like yen, where it's like it's all too high for me to understand.
I have to look it up.
5 million.
Yeah. But it was high, and I'll tell you what, bro. It had me like wiggling in my seat, kind of like type of hot, where it was like, and like fucking eating.
Was this just you and Mishan?
It was me, Mishan, and then Spaceman and his wife.
Okay. Did you guys all eat the same thing?
Me and Spaceman did, and we were both riding a wave. You know what I mean? Like it was.
You guys couldn't handle your shit like Ariana.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Is like that's the thing. Is listen, unless the hot one, like the hottest sauce, for the hot ones challenge, unless it's like twice as hot as this sandwich, I'm good. Like I won't even break a sweat. Like I'm gonna have this sandwich 6 more times before we do it. You know what I mean?
What was the place?
I am gonna send you the link. 300 Suns Brewery in Longmont. So
Scoville level. Here we go. Let's see if we can figure this out.
Yeah. So the menu.
Okay, with 4 spices, including one that's over 1.5 million. But that's like at the highest level.
Yeah.
It typically falls between 10,000 and 100,000. I think for where you were at.
So what's a jalapeno?
I don't know.
Just to give a reference, a jalapeno is 2,500 to 8,000. So let's just split the difference and say it's between 50 and 75. That was fucking hot, bro.
I'm gonna get a bunch of ads for like Punisher shirts now because I looked up Scoville levels.
Yeah, and you know what, dude? Here's the thing: hot sauce dorks are like a different breed of people. Did you watch that? No, of course you didn't. There's a documentary on Hulu, I think, about.
Okay, the big one, Chase, goes up to 2.6 million
for the Hot Ones challenge.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do it, bro. Al's in, and also Spaceman said he would join us for it. So maybe we have him tap in this boat. We do 3 people. You're interviewing the group over a span of say hour 15. And we'll eat the Wing Shack nuggets. They'll be fully coated, fully dressed in the sauces.
We should see if Aura Lee will custom make me a refs polo.
Also, dude, I can just stop at Dick's Sporting Goods. There's one right down the store. I'll pick you up a referee polo.
I at least want a whistle.
Yeah. So we'll do that. So I am going to send you that link, and let's get that ordered today because we might as well set that up.
Yeah, we might as well.
We've been talking about it. So.
We ain't been talking about anything. You've been talking about it.
Well, and then just the other day, Abby goes, what you guys got to do is review this. And unfortunately, we're just turning into Doughboy podcast where we just want to review fast food and food things.
That's just what you guys, it's like you guys should just start your own personal podcast where you do that. I don't want to do any sort of eating I'm not doing any eating contests.
I need to have Review Bra. I'm gonna reach out to Review Bra actually. I don't know why I haven't, but I am gonna reach out, or maybe I did.
You're too nervous.
Welcome back to another food review. We gotta get him on, dude.
You do sound like him. I'll give you that.
Yeah, bro. I've been watching him since like early college, man. Like since like he started his YouTube channel, because in one of the forums I was active on, someone found him in some corner of the internet as he was blowing up. And so
I think that we'd have to start this podcast as a separate podcast, but I do like the idea of just interviewing like people like internet celebrities, especially ones that like never like really blew up, you know? Yeah. That would be very funny. Just guys we like remember. We get to do the packet. You know, this is a lot of like freakazoids too. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing. Like he's got something to say. The Do a Pack on It guy, I want to know what he thinks about other things.
I don't think you wouldn't have to ask him any questions. I bet you just have him on and you like introduce yourself, and then we could leave and then come back in 50 minutes and say thanks for coming on.
There's that YouTube channel. I think it's hosted. I think it's owned by Backwoods. You know what I mean? Or something like that. But they have rappers on and they talk about how they roll their blunts. And there's Lil Baby and there's Gunna and all the rappers in between. But the Danny Brown one is, most of them are like 5 to 7 minutes long. The Danny Brown one, I think, is 33 minutes, and the interview says something, and I don't think anything is even said until 33 minutes later, and then it ends. He is monologuing and scream laughing and yelling at the camera and talking. If you are a fan of Danny Brown, or if you're not a fan of Danny Brown, if you're a weed smoker or not, it's worth watching that because it's pure entertainment. He is just monologuing. He should host an award show.
Yeah.
What's the award show that Ricky Gervais got in trouble for? He said some.
Was it Academy Awards?
One of them. Everybody got mad at him because he just basically was just doing his bit at everybody.
This is a little bit of a problem I have with this old controversy. Let's tackle this. It's timely.
Let's do it.
This was like 6 years ago. They had him on like 3 times in a row, and it went the same way every single time. What did we think was going to happen?
Yeah.
The best
he did a Ricky Gervais bit.
The best award hosting that's out there is, and this is going to be obvious from me and you, but like the John Mulaney, Nick Kroll doing Independent Spirits Awards. They did it 2 years in a row. It is so good. It is so much like more directly mean and more creatively mean than Ricky Gervais ever was. There's a bit where he says like I can't do the whole thing, where he talks about how Harvey Weinstein didn't want to be known for like the TV episodes he was working on because he did all these amazing movies. And John Mulaney says something like, "Don't worry, Harvey, you're not going to be famous for that. You're not going to be famous for anything. You're gonna go into a grave, a double XL grave, unmarked grave or something like that." And it's just like, you can just tell like no one knows how to handle it. It's just an immediate, and then they just move because it's so fast. They just like move on.
The award music plays and they move on. And
they
now
just keep
announcing.
Going. Yeah, it's so fast. It's great.
It's so good.
All right, so speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into. I only pulled.
Oh, Emmy.
Yeah, I only pulled. Can you see it?
Yep, I got you.
Okay, we're just gonna use Esquire magazine. Shout out Esquire magazine. Cool. Whatever the hell they're doing these days. I think I just have men's looks here. Number one, some of them were like every look, and it was like 188 looks. I'm like, we can't go through 188 looks. I don't have the time. We're gonna be saying the same thing a lot if we do that, and a lot of it was. Women's, which we don't know as much about, to be fair, and I don't think no one's listening, hoping we're going to review column dresses. That being said, Greta Lee was the best, so we're good. Okay, so I actually in Bruno Cucinelli, I think that's like who, if I was getting dressed for the red carpet, you got to wear a tux. I feel like this is probably where I'd want to go, even though things fit a little slim from him. But I like Cucinelli doing that level of designer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable here. I think it looks nice. His vibe is cursed, though.
What do you mean? You don't like him?
Just like the hair and the mustache, and he kind of like it's like he's like kooky, like Willy Wonka. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, dude. And hold on, let me Google this before I say this.
I mean,
He's
shout out him and Rita Ora. A very cool poll for him, but
yeah, no,
the guy's making a bunch of money.
He's responsible for the What We Do in the Shadows movie, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
movie.
He's great.
Which I'm down. I want to watch the series, but the movie.
Oh, it's good too. Yeah,
unbelievable. You want some biscotti?
It's yeah, I like him. I just think his vibe keeps getting like more. Some like older guys do this where they kind of, especially celebrities, they kind of turn into like a cartoon of themselves over time, and you're like, this went too. Your marketing team went too far. So I don't know about all of the kookiness, but I think the outfit's pretty solid. I like that the pants aren't too slim. That's a huge problem when you get into this world.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy Allen White looks handsome here. I was going to say to Michelle, I said, hey, is whoever's with him, is that his sister? Because they look exactly the same.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. They did look exactly like.
that was his. That's his sister.
Yeah, this is nicely
great,
tailored.
Classic.
It's fine. I mean, there's nothing to write home about here. I mean, this is neutral. You know.
See, and here's the thing, dude. If I were to, I will never be invited to a red carpet showing. But
hey, don't
this
speak
is how
that
I
shit out to us. That's like the only thing I want to do.
Yeah. But you want to go there not to interview. You want to go there to be wearing the shit.
No, I think I would love to go there and interview if that's an option.
Oh, really? I would like to go dress up and be there in the crowd. I would like to go there as a spectator and wear a sharp outfit.
We'll just do the red carpet and you sit in the back. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
We just get to see the celebs. It's great.
But I like a standard just suit, dude. I don't like a bow tie. I think it would look better with just a regular tie. But
well, you can't do that.
I'm also not the guy for this.
Brother. You know what I mean?
You can't.
You can't. No.
Oh. Well.
I wouldn't. I think that realistically, I don't really ever want to wear a tie again. I'm not a tie guy. Never have been.
Really? I like it. The 5 times I've done it in my life.
I have a couple cool old YSL ones that I'll break out now and then when it's necessary, but it's not for me, man. I don't like it's too stuffy. I'll do anything. I like the knit ties that have the squared off cut at the bottom, I think that's cool. Like when you casualize it. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But I
agree. I don't love a bow tie, but I guess if you're wearing a tuxedo, what are you gonna do? You kind of got to do it, especially if it's this classic of a one. And he just went neutral here, which I think is probably the right move because, quite frankly, a lot of the like attempted looks at like higher fashion kind of don't pan out that great. So, you know what I mean? As we'll see.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. I don't like this.
What is that, dude? Is that a barn jacket?
It's just doing too many things. It's long. It's like it's too neutral for what it's doing,
Yeah. Listen, I think Idris Elba is a handsome motherfucker. I don't like him as Charles Meyer in The Office, but I think he's a handsome dude, a big strong fella. This is not doing him any favors, though. I don't think.
It's just not for me. I don't know. I don't like the length of the jacket. I don't know. I think he could have just done a nice gray suit and been better off.
Yeah.
Calvin Klein. We're really making a push for that, Calvin Klein.
Don't like it.
No. You know what, though? I would love to get those arms. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing, but I would love to have his situation arm-wise. So you know what? If I'm not going to judge it because if I had that situation, I can't promise you I'm not going to rip off the sleeves. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd have to lose 50 pounds and then get jacked.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's what I'm going to say though. The top obviously is not exactly my thing. Although, like I said, if anyone had the arms to do it, this guy's obviously got it going on.
Yeah, 100%.
I would say the pant for a tapered fit is fitting him nicely.
Yeah, because he's a fit guy, dude.
If you do it, because sometimes you do that, and it's like, oh, if you're not the right proportions and you do that, it's not.
No, because it's too much of this. You know what I'm saying? It's too much of this if you're not. But if you're fit and you're trim, bro, it's good.
Look at that. Look at his top. He can't wear a wide pant with that. No way.
No. Hey, skip it, dude. Skip it. Button up that fucking shirt, bro. You're at a fucking award show. I hate that. I hate that. Get it out of here.
It's bad. I'm trying to decipher what I don't like about it so much. I mean, it's definitely the shirt and those glasses are not working for him. And he doesn't seem overall cool enough to pull this off in general anyway. You know what I mean? The vibe is not. You know what I mean?
I was going to say the only person that could do that, I can't even think of who I would say would be like.
Seal, singer Seal, he could do this, no problem.
Yeah,
he'd look great.
You think?
He'd look fantastic. Yeah, no question. I don't even have to think about it. I will say I do love tan with black suit, tan shirt, black suit. I love that look. This is not the version of it I'm referring to, but I do like that look. That's very like old Harrison Ford.
It makes sense that it's Armani. Like if he's gonna have a silky ass shirt and at least
look, I don't know who this guy is, but he's not the guy for it.
No, buddy, come on now. Put in some more reps before you start doing that. Okay, he's in the bear. I love him. This is cool. I like that he's going workwear vibe. You know what I mean?
I respect it. I think the hat should just be a no for me. You know what I mean?
Think no hat. How would you feel about
carpet event? Come on, like I respect what you're doing underneath. I also don't think you need the tie with this. Then you know what I mean? If you're gonna do the whole middle finger,
I thought it was tieless.
Yeah, it's like a tonal. It's a tonal tile and it's a club collar. Like I just don't think you need those two elements if you're gonna do the statement that you're making. Just commit to the statement. You know?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you on the hat. That I don't like that hat. I think what would have served better is like an unbranded black beanie, kind of worn sloppy on top of the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could still kind of go there without, because then you could get like a cashmere one that could just feel refined and pretty.
Nice and slouchy.
It's just a little too clunky. I also don't think that he needs the brooch. Also, like just stick to one thing. You want to make the statement. Yeah. Make the statement. I support the statement. I just don't love the adding all the accoutrement on top of that.
I think this is a good way to mix it up where the fellow with the unbuttoned shirt, he's doing a bit. He's also doing a bit, but I like it here. It just feels more
I agree. In line with what I like. At least,
so, fair, authentic. Yeah, cool.
Who do we got next here? Don't know who this guy is, if I'm being 100%
Don't know who
honest.
this is, but that's a good-looking suit, bro. I like that. Is that
a midnight. Again, if you're going to go classic, it's like a classic midnight. I think that's a solid way, especially if you have a fair complexion like this guy does. I think it works pretty well.
Yeah, he looks sharp.
Yeah, it's fine.
He looks sharp. Shoulders look good.
I'm not excited here, but it's it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah, cool.
The man.
Sam Richardson. I love him, dude. His big ass smile. He was smiling the whole time, doing his little bit. I love him, dude. He deserves the world.
He presented with
pants are a little tight.
With Padma, so he's especially like, look, my man's rocking like a size 13. You can't do the skinnies with that. Like,
can you scroll down a little bit? I don't think I can see the shoes. There we go. Yeah, okay.
See what I'm saying? It's just
a little too slim a pant. But I like the rest, and I actually really like. What is that? Is that like a blue velvet jacket?
Yeah, kind of like like a crushed velvet or something.
Yeah,
man. It's fine.
How awesome that he got to host.
Again, though, I just think that. I think we got to do something different with the shirt. I don't like the French cuffs. I don't like the big collar.
What's a French cuff mean, Timbo?
He's got the you can see it. He's got the little, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a fold over, and then it's got the clip.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
One too many things. I think that half of this is just the Coco Chanel. Just take a couple things away. I also think like if you're gonna wear this look, I would adjust a few tailoring things at bare minimum. Don't need the huge pockets. Again, just commit. Also, this is not a sport watch look. You need like a tank or something. You know what I mean? It's a dress watch of some kind.
What do you mean a sport watch?
It's like an all metal. I don't know if it's stainless steel. It's probably something nicer, white gold or something. But it's just sort of too,
And you would rather he opted for a leather band and maybe a smaller face,
thin, little dressier,
like a tank.
Yeah. But that being said, love Sam Richardson, so we'll give him a pass.
Love him.
This, I gotta be honest, man. This is sharp. It's a little like Zara-y energy, but I think it kind of works on him.
Yeah, no, he looks good.
Straight up though, I never like burgundy. Never. It's not a.
I can't tell
color.
It's burgundy with the.
It's like it's like a wine color.
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather it just be black, but I you know what I do like though. Very rarely do you see cummerbund done well, and this is an example of that.
Can you give me? I don't know what that means.
Thing around the waist.
I don't like that.
You're literally doing the Jiminy Glick bit. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's rarely done well, but it is a very traditional, kind of somewhat expected thing, and I like how they've accomplished it here.
Hey,
So I think
Timbo,
it's
do me a
good. I
favor.
like it for that reason.
Will you close out of this wherever this country is headed? Let's go together. Will you close out of that little ad?
What ad?
The little right down, down, down. The little
This?
X right there. Yeah. There we go.
What's
Okay.
that doing?
Now I
Is
can
that
breathe.
working for you?
Yeah, there we go. Man, this fellow was up there quite a bit.
He was doing work for that Baby Reindeer show that I watched half of and then forgot to go back to, and I just realized it when I was watching the Emmys. So I should check that out. But it was good.
You know what I like about him? That haircut's cool on him. He looked good with that haircut.
It looks like it would go on him, so
Exactly.
it works.
I said that to Miss Shannon, and she was like, then he got called up, and she goes, you know what? I didn't realize when you said it, but that does look good on him. That's a sharp haircut. It works for his vibe. You know what I mean? The facial hair and this, that, the other. Yeah, cool.
The rest of it's not working for me. I know it's traditional, but it just doesn't seem like it fits that well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's my issue with it. Is it's like that? Maybe that's a traditional plaid, and I don't know, but I don't like that version of plaid. Maybe there's another option. I would rather go like the red, especially with the black. It's like at a funny length where it's non-committal on what it is. Shoes don't seem right for it. It's a little off to me, although I understand it's traditional. But it has more to do with fit than it does anything else.
I have no clue. Yeah.
Well, if he likes it, I'm all into it.
This seems guy, like he was the villain in Spy Kids, I think, right? Let me look it up.
Yes, he was the villain, Alan Cumming, best known as the villain from Spy Kids.
Dude, he is. That is him. It is.
Yeah. You know what? To be fair to you, that is, when you look him up, that comes up very high. Now, I know him as Boris from Goldeneye, obviously.
Yeah. No, I think this is cool, man. Listen, he's owning it. So,
but you see what I'm saying? Look how much nicer the
burgundy and the tan. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh, but
I also think
color.
that if that's a traditional tartan, I'm not 100% sure. I like this one a little bit better than the other one because it's a little more intricate. Yeah. I liked it. I don't know if he did a pant underneath it or what, but the proportions are just better. Now, do I love the mixing of the plaid? No, that's not my favorite. It feels Vivienne Westwood, but with less edge. So there's complications I have with it. But I do think overall this fits better as far as that look goes.
Nope.
No, just you know why it is? Because this guy would never wear something like this in his real life. Not even, I understand you're on red carpet, but not even a version of this. This feels like he got dressed by somebody and then this is what he ended up in, and it just doesn't feel like it's him. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really know the guy that well, but like this, it just feels like this is not his general vibe, so it feels off on him.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, who is this guy?
He's from Abbott Elementary.
It takes confidence to wear something like that, so at least props to that. But I do hate the outfit. So
yeah, it just feels
a little too much, dude.
Yeah, I just think you could have gone a little bit more elegant here.
Okay, great, Steve Martin.
All right, Steve
I
Martin.
love this look. A traditional. Again, I don't understand the rules of you want the sleeve to fit here, or where it comes in at the hips, or whatever. He looks good here. In particular, I like the glasses. I like that he's got, he's owning the white hair. I think it's cool. And also, we just started that show last night, and so it's topical for me.
Look, I love Steve Martin, and I agree that this is again kind of a perfect neutral, which I don't think is a bad thing when doing red carpet. If you're not a person who is going to dress themselves in anything that's different in normal life, and if you're not a person who has a great stylist, then just go really nice neutral.
Yeah.
And you'll be in great shape.
Yeah, just wear a nicely fitting suit
just
and
follow
look sharp
the rules
and handsome.
In that, yeah. Follow the rules, have it tailored nicely. I don't like the bow tie, but I like the way the jacket pulls over here. You see,
it's red,
not
right?
Quite
is it a burgundy or a brown?
It's a brown, which I like for him.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks good. He's probably wearing JMMs or something of the like. It looks good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't like the bow tie, but I like the color. I like the little. See, I love when you get like just a tiny little detail like that. It's a little bit different, but it's not. No one's gonna get. No one's freaking out.
Yeah,
shoes could be more interesting, but other than that, nope.
I don't.
Sorry, buddy.
Like that.
That doesn't fit well. It's not doing anything it's supposed to do.
Lego proportions.
Yeah, no, move right past it. RuPaul can do whatever.
I don't know who
RuPaul
that
wants to
is, but
do.
this is a
RuPaul should be
wild ass suit.
RuPaul's drag race.
You know, I don't know that.
Well, it did more for the gay community than most people have ever done. So, God bless
Well, that's
RuPaul.
sharp.
Do whatever you want. He
Is
looks
it
great.
like
We're not even going to comment on it.
is it like sequins on the thing right there? Or what is it? Or is it
It
diamonds?
looks. I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
Honestly,
It's
and
more
two, you
than
know
that.
what? The cowboy hat kind of bangs there. I'm not gonna lie. That works for his vibe.
Well, yeah, because first of all, we're doing it's like a nod at, not a.
Okay.
I don't like when people wear the cowboy hat and then they act like, oh, this is just something I always wear. It's like, where? Into your apartment? Into your
Yeah.
Volkswagen Atlas? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You can't have a cowboy hat on
Touching the
in like,
ceiling.
yeah, yeah. Plus, RuPaul's done plenty of dressing up in various different looks. They're allowed
Yeah.
to do whatever they want. So it
Yeah.
makes more
Yeah.
sense to me. It feels authentic, and I think that's really
Yeah.
what it comes down to. If I
No,
if
that
I
looks
scroll
sharp.
down here and see some regular ass dude in a cowboy hat and like a Wrangler shirt underneath, it's like no, not you didn't roll out of you do cattle ranch and start this.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to say. Proportion. I don't know if I love the middle aspect or not. Two
Mm-hmm.
watches like Chief Keef is kind of cool.
Wait, I didn't even realize that. That's fucking dope. But then he's clearly showing it off too.
Yeah, I don't really love that the thing buttons all the way down or anything like that, like the jacket, but the pants and shoe, like the shoe silhouette and the pants silhouette, very
Is it
nice.
like a
Maybe
no
my
break?
favorite
Is
so
it
far.
no break on the pant?
It's got a little
Yeah,
bit
and the
of like,
shoe's a little chunkier. That's cool.
yeah, this works for me. I like again, I don't know if I love the like pattern situation, but I don't
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
designer it is. Maybe it makes sense for them. The two watches could have been cooler, but I do like that he's doing two watches. I think that's very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this a
Yeah,
lot.
it looks cool. Looks cool. I like the pants in particular. Dan Levy.
This man does too much with like he's trying too hard with clothes a lot of the times, and it like works 40% of the time.
Yeah, the thing is, he's like a handsome dude, and you don't need whatever this little, scoop
I think
thing
you've hit
is.
on it. I think Dan is a very handsome guy who has nice
Yeah.
haircuts, great glasses, perfect
Great
facial hair,
glasses. Yeah.
beautiful skin. Just
Yeah, dude.
keep it. You don't
Just
need
own
this.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this feels like it's like, and it also feels like you were like, I have this crazy shirt that I can put under this normal stuff I've got, and you're like, well, that's not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
It just doesn't.
it just
I don't know what it's trying to do.
no. It's yeah, Well, good. I don't like the thing, but other than that, it's cool.
Swing and a miss. Love it. I love this.
This guy looks great here. Yeah, this is stellar.
Gucci.
Who did he present with?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
It was. Shoot.
But I really like the color. I think Gucci does formal wear better than they get credit for, because it's a little like funky, but not anything crazy. I love the tonality of it.
Really
He's got the right
sick.
watch on with it. The shoe proportion is nice. The fit on the pants is good. And this is a classic example of a guy with a long torso and short legs kind of doing the proportions right.
Yeah. No, that's dope. I really like this.
I think it
This
looks
might
great.
be one of my favorite fits so far.
Yeah, I agree. Also, double-breasted handled very nicely here too. Not always the case.
It's like perfectly tailored to him. That looks really sick.
You know what? For a semi-couture look, I thought maybe the best of it done. This feels like it works for him. It feels like in his lane without going too outside. It's not boring. It's just dramatic on the lapel, which is very Vivienne Westwood. Everything else is kind of a little bit more toned back. It makes sense. His facial hair sort of works with the look.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
Again,
he's got it unbuttoned,
up
but this is a guy.
More...
I kind of agree, but he can do it.
Yeah. Listen, I button my shit all the way up and this and that and the other. But no, he has a cool look to him too. And Mashan and I call him. He's known as the hot priest in Fleabag. So
sure.
Like, oh look, it's the hot priest. Again, if you buttoned it up, I would like it more. But also, I understand that it's a little over my head because I wear the same thing every day. I think
that like if you buttoned that shirt up, it doesn't have a collar. You see, it's got like kind of a clubbed collar to it. It's gonna look too like he threw a very it's gonna look he's like threw a very dramatic jacket over very conservative top.
Yeah.
So sure. I think it works in this case. I think it works. I'm not gonna say I love it, but I think it's the closest to making that work as possible. This is bad.
Yeah, it's like
It's too many things.
ship captain from 400 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't like the thing going on with the. I don't know. I don't like it.
yeah,
The
the
pants fit
collar's
kind of
kind of
cool, but the
bad.
rest of it's not my
I
thing.
agree.
Yeah.
The pants do kind of fit cool, but then I don't really like that shoe with it. So,
Well, it's a black shoe with a white. Like you think you'd tie it in with something else, right? Or am I thinking of that
but
wrong?
like, imagine if it was just this red with those pants, a better shoe, and then just like a regular like jacket that matched the proportions of the pants
But fit nicely. Yeah.
has like a baggier, cool fit, so it matches the pants
Yeah.
energy.
Dope.
Now we're looking great. I think. I like
Yeah.
the red.
Agreed.
I think he looks good, but yeah,
Yeah, I got no problem with the red. I just think it's a little
military
too much.
shit is kind of stupid.
Let me take this in for a second. I don't like it.
It might just be doing too many things.
It's a little too much, dog. Maybe lose the feather and the necklace thing, and then we're good. Or keep the necklace, lose the hat. You know what I'm saying?
I think the necklace is kind of cool. It's just maybe the shirt is wrong for it or the jacket. I think that, like, again, if you're going to do sort of like these bold choices with jewelry or accessories or a hat or glasses, I mean, he's got a lot of accessories in play here, then you just need to tamp down everything else by a ton and then let that be the star. You know what I'm saying? In the same way that, like, I just feel like sometimes, actually, Meryl Streep's look was a good example of this, where she was carrying a bag that like didn't make sense with the rest of it, and you're like, well, it kind of just like now it all looks kind of fucking weird, suddenly. I don't know. I think that it, like, there's elements here that are good, and there's elements that could be tamped down.
Sure.
We'll give it. That's just kind of I'm a neutral on that. I don't hate it.
I can go either way. I'm trying to figure out what's the thing. I can't figure out. Is it like a trim, like a piping?
It's like a piping kind of, but just on like part of the lapel. I think it's I like the color choice. I do think it fits him all well. I don't know. It's okay.
I feel indifferent about this one. It's fine.
For being something funkier, which maybe I'm finding I'm not always the biggest fan of, this is cool.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's fitting well, and I don't like the bow tie thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not really, it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. You know what? I think that here, with the choices obviously being very deliberate, I think
I dig this.
This works in the way I was saying before of, like, maybe the tailoring could be a bit better. But if you're going to do all those accessories and make those choices like he has with this specific jewelry and those specific shoes, this works a lot better, because you just were like,
this looks cool.
It's going to do all the talking. Let it do its thing,
Yeah. No, I think that's dope. I dig that.
God, Dallas Goldtooth is an incredible name too.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. I kind of dig this.
I like it.
I like it a lot. I actually really like this a lot.
I think the vibe is working.
Yeah.
You can tell this isn't a reach, No.
I think that's cool. I think it's cool.
I also think that, like, for someone trying to pull off like a skirted look of some kind, it works with like the baggy, like break, like a lot of break pants underneath. I think it weirdly kind of makes it more wearable and not so like a choice, but more like just like a, it's nice. I like it. I think it looks good. Here's my problem right here. I don't like I don't like when notions are changed on something, and then that's the, I never like that.
Like how the buttons are turquoise?
I don't want a jacket to have different colored buttons or anything. I don't like, just wear jewelry. I mean, that's what the jewelry would be for.
Yeah, sure.
Because I like everything about it except for that. I like the jacket. I like the color. Well. I think it fits well. I think again, the shoe feels too small for the pant, but I that's an easy fix. I think he looks amazing, and I like the turquoise necklace. Actually, I just don't like all the other stuff.
And is that like some diamond ass choker or something? Or maybe it's turquoise as well.
It's turquoise. Cool.
Yeah. But no, it's not bad. All right. Was Mr. Matheson there? I did not
I
see
think he was
him.
about to. I think he was about to talk. He was at the awards too. I wonder. I
Oh,
didn't see
cool.
his look actually. All
No,
right.
I
Well,
didn't. I didn't
that
either. So,
concludes our wrap up. Who are we calling best dressed here?
the dude in the Gucci.
I think so too. I agree.
I thought. I thought.
We're
I think it.
very. I
I
didn't
think
think we'd be
it's
on the same page
perfect.
here, but
Yeah.
I think we were right. Let's go back to
Right here,
yeah,
dude. Yeah, I think that's sharp as hell.
clean.
He probably felt like a
He's.
million bucks putting that on. You know what I mean?
I'm glad. I'm glad for him.
Yeah. No, he
Okay,
looks good there. That's my vote. So cool.
that's my vote too. We did it together. All right. What else you got? You need to wrap anything else up? Do we need to
Ooh,
inform anybody of
let's
anything
see.
going
Let's
on?
see. You know what? There is just one thing, two things.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. All right. So we have a Grumici event coming up. I'm wearing Grumici pants right now that were gifted to us.
What are you doing?
Nice little guys here, big
I
ass
see what you're doing.
pockets. So I got the Grumici pants on. They sent us some stuff to wear, take the photo in. So we have a Grumici event. We are starting with this like quote unquote trunk show, and then I think we're gonna just carry the brand as a brand. So we have that event going. The invite has been sent out. If you didn't get it, feel free to reach out to us. We can shoot you an RSVP link. So if you're local, please feel free to come on by. There was one other thing. Oh, Engineered Garments collab. We've officially started shooting, photo, video. I believe video is going to be wrapped Thursday. We have some video already in the works. We've got all the samples. We're fucking gassed. I think you and I might wear some of the stuff while we're in Japan, take some photos there and stuff. Maybe give you your first teasers of some of the product while we're there. And then we are slated to release. Can I say when we're releasing?
As long as they understand it could get changed. Yes.
Yes. So without going too much into it, and Timbo can cut this if he doesn't like it. Due to production stuff, we're going to do it via pre-order. We're going to do it via pre-order. We're going to release this mid to end of October, parsing it out to Patreon first, and then to our community, i.e. Discord, and if you're part of text and all this and the other. And then later that week, releasing to the public, again, via pre-order. We're really stoked about it. We didn't want to, just due to production stuff, it's kind of lining up in a timeline where we want to get it to you plenty of time before Black Friday, before the holidays. Don't want to fuck around with all that because we know you got other shit you want to buy. So anyway, that's coming out. You can expect about a month and some change. It'll be available for purchase. So I just want to say that
we're
to
really
kind of get everybody
about
excited.
It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-piece collection.
7 piece.
7 pieces. What did I miss?
7 pieces. 2.
Oh, you're right.
Two,
you're right. You're right.
So 7 pieces. I am going to be creating a little something in it that will ship in addition to. It's probably going to be limited to 100, 150. So I'm working on that. But we're legitimately gassed, beyond stoked. It's in and it's being shot and everything right now as we speak. Probably actually in the next 2 days it'll be wrapped up content wise. We got stuff to do, but I'm really stoked about that. So feel free to join Patreon coming month of October if you're looking to get your hands on it first. The idea is that community is going to have first pick at sizing to make sure that nothing gets sold out. Some people are at work when shit releases, or you're traveling, this, that, and the other, and you can't be there when it drops, and we don't want you to miss out. So that community is going to get it first. Hop on over to patreon.com/shopcanoeclub. Beyond that,
there's more announcements. You'll start to see little pieces of it leaked. It'll eventually, you'll be able to see like what it is early enough that you'll have time to think about it. And we'll do a pod about it. I'm sure we'll do like a YouTube walkthrough. We'll do the whole 9 yards like we normally do.
Probably do that next week. So, that's about it. Other than that, be in touch if you need anything. And I'm still looking for a part-timer to maybe hop in and help us pack orders. And
somebody in Boulder or the surrounding area that's interested, let us know.
Yep, maybe it turns into something else too as time goes on. So feel free to hit me up with that. Beyond that, thank you for listening and watching. It's always very flattering that people listen to you and I talk. So
yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, we'll go get
Well,
to it. You know where to
yep.
find us. All
Yep.
right.
Sounds good, big dog. I will give you a call in a little bit.
Cool. Later.
All right. Peace.